So, this is awkward, talking into a microphone, rambling about the things you did in a week. But this is the first one, and I'm filled with excitement and dread at the same time. But, introductions first. I'm Rahul, a simple young man whose love for video games, programming, books, and any other thing I'm missing has made me explore things. This is not a tutorial by any means, but more like a bet you didn't know this kind of thing. And I don't know something, please help me. Yeah, that's it. So, on to the recollection. I've always wanted to look cool programming. You know when you watch movies and see people program, both hands on the keyboard and terminal-like interface wearing glasses that make you look like a nerd? Yeah, using VS Code is not that. Well, except the nerd part, but it's mostly clicking on a file to open it, clicking on it in the app to run it, click on a button to search for an extension that lets you click on a button that runs the program with the hand to click separately. It's not bad by any means, but it does remove the cool factor. Now, I had some experience with the VI editor, the one that comes in default with Linux, so I understand the whole model system. It's great, and based on the situation, could be a game changer. But I still felt that a few things were missing, like the fact that you had to exit the editor to compile the file, or to see what all files were available in a directory. So this week, I decided to make a leap of faith and find a way to fix my woes. This is where I found out about NeoVim, and it was actively being maintained. So I downloaded and tried running it, and it worked. But the nvim command would not work. So, during my search for answers, I found this great article on Medium, and they led me through the whole setup. About said command, the reason was because you had to move it to the bin folder. Well, I guess you learn something every day. Took me to 2 hours. Then I installed the lunar Vim package, following the instructions on the website. It felt like the perfect environment, not too expansive, but enough to solve most of my problems. I know people will say, you should have started with Vim Tutor, or you're gonna regret that. I know, but I like to look at things. That came out wrong. But I'm staying with mine because A, lunar, space, it's kind of thing. But also I can probably add those separately when the time is right. And hey, maybe it's a bad decision to start this way. But all I make are bad decisions, so we are good. It's gonna take some time figuring this out, but I'm sure it'll be worth it in the end. The other thing I tried to do this week was try out Rust. It's a language that somebody has been nagging me on about for a good 3 months. I had my reservations. Coming from C, I was preferring languages that automate the memory management thing. But I gave in and decided to try it. And it's complicated to explain how I feel about it. So the best part is that unlike C, the compiler can actually understand types without explicitly mentioning it while giving you control on the types when needed. The compiler itself is great, telling me what errors are there clearly, how to fix them, and even sometimes lines that are unnecessary are mentioned. Rust also feels great to use with more than one way to achieve the same functionality. For example, returning a value from a function or from anything. But at the same time, the whole compilation step is slow, like 3 minutes. Spend a long time in waiting for the output and see if there was any logical error. Yes, there is a command to check errors without compiling, but logical, not so much. But I do see the reason why a lot of people like it, and I'm still exploring it and figuring it out. I'm not a Rust boy yet. Will I be one? I don't know. The reason I tried Rust was because I wanted to make a game in Bevy. I've used game engines, though it stops with Unity and Godot. They're great, but sometimes you want to do something that is truly your own. You want to get in the dirt, figure out how things work. I've been watching Tantan for quite some time and something just said do it. I also want to know what an ECS system is. Everybody keeps talking about it and I want to know what it is. And understand the data-oriented programming paradigm. I've been following a tutorial by Jackus, which is great, and I'm learning the basics as we speak. Here's how much I've made. A simple game where a player can move, enemies bounce off the window, collision with the player can result in death, sound effects, etc. I've tried coding the enemy-to-enemy collision based on a comment I saw on someone trying it. I failed. No surprise there. I'll redo it when my experience is slightly more mature. I guess that'll take some time. So that's all I did this week. It was sort of productive, knowing that I had to make this video. And I'll see you all in the next video.